Hi everyone and welcome to this channel, Rose Omobono. And there's a story behind that name, but for now, all we gotta know is that we are on a mission to spread spiritual light on the most mundane and practical things in everyday living, right? Such as shredding paper, because there's something truly therapeutic about seeing things being ripped apart and starting anew, since we all know it's going into the recycling bin afterwards. But yeah, yeah, so shedding spiritual light on all everyday practical living, and nothing is more practical and gritty and life-ish than some red stories. So today, just gonna read a couple of stories and tell you or share some impressions that might give us a different perspective about it. And so this first story comes up to us from about 2 months ago, and title goes, am I the asshole for giving my son's girlfriend a budget for the dinner she's making? So here we go. Um, let's get into it. So my son, 23-year-old male, graduated university back in June, and he moved back across the country to live with us since he found a job in the area. He's been in a long distance relationship with his girlfriend, Carmela, 21 years old female, until October. She initially took a semester off college and was living with her mom. However, she decided she's not going back. Her mom said she would have to move out and she had nowhere to go. My son is moving into his own place in January and had invited her to move in already, saying that she could get a job in the area. However, she needed to move out sooner and they both asked me if she could move in. I agree, or I agreed. Neither are paying rent, as I personally don't believe in charging my kids to live here, so it felt wrong to charge Carmela any. I just asked that they clean up after themselves and be respectful of everyone. They agreed. Carmela moved in after Halloween and she has been a joy to have here. She's still looking for a job most nights. She offered to cook dinner to give back to us. I've always told her it's not necessary, but she insists. She's a good cook, so I tell her if she wants to, have at it. Okay, it looks like it's going to change here. A week into living here, she mentioned wanting to make a certain dish, but we didn't have the ingredients. I offered her to give her my card so she could buy groceries. Oop, and there it is. Since then, it's become a regular thing. Oh no. I didn't mind it initially. We never actually do mind it initially. She picked up my groceries as well, and it seemed like to be a good deal all around. But then a couple of weeks in, she started wanting to take multiple trips a week and buy things that I normally wouldn't budget on a regular basis, such as steak, and seafood. I asked her on Sunday when she went to the store to please get everything she needed in one trip. She said, okay, I thought that solved the problem. Oh no. And here we go. Cut to Monday night and we finished dinner. She and my son are talking while I'm doing dishes. Carmela mentions wanting to make steak on Thursday. Steak again. My son says that's a good idea. Oh, sorry, I paraphrased that. But, anyways, Carmela says she'll have to go back to the store. My son turns to me and says, Mom, give her the card. Oh, oh, wow, okay. I tell them no. I say I already gave her money to go shopping on Sunday and told her to get everything she needed. I also said we can't swing everyone having steaks this week. 6 people in the house. Okay, yeah, that's what, like 6 times like 25, 30. Yeah, okay, no. But maybe I can make them for Christmas dinner. I then go on to say if Carmela wants to keep cooking for us, which I appreciate, yeah, I'm going to put her on a budget. I apologize for not doing it sooner. Carmela looked upset and my son seemed offended. Later on, my son tells me I'm embarrassed. Carmela when she's trying to be nice. Sorry, he's not embarrassed. My son tells me I'm embarrassed. Oh, I embarrass Carmela when she's trying to be nice. Okay, so the girlfriend. I said I appreciate her cooking dinner, but she's doing it on my dime and I can't afford this. I pointed out he's free to give her money to do this. My son pointed out they're only here a few more weeks. So can't I just make my guest, quotation marks there, happy? Am I really in the wrong here? Okay, so yeah, initial impressions without knowing the backstory of each of these characters to the fullest, because we know that all of our past baggages, they come out in these these conflicts without even without us knowing. But initial impressions would suggest that I don't think really mom's the asshole here. A budget is just an objective tool. It benefits everyone and in this situation, in that it establishes clear boundaries on you know what what can what is affordable and what is not, right? And working with a budget allows us to grow in character, especially when we try to just live within our means. That builds a little bit of temperance and kind of just and kind of just that mindset of like having just being satisfied with what we have, right? And so yeah, if it teaches just everyone at the house there just to be a little bit more conscientious with what we spend, it's a great tool. And I think the trick here is how it's being presented and how it's being you know introduced into the whole family dynamics. um yeah, nothing wrong with presenting the budget as a way to 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 regulate spending. I think what's interesting is that about the story is that you have the son here who, for some reason, I get the impression that maybe mom isn't supporting or is not supporting his relationship, um, because she's not opening the dams of money to his girlfriend, and that tells me that maybe mom is just showing her love in a different, or has been showing her love in a different way, and they're completely speaking two different love languages, right? And that's just between the two of them. And the girlfriend, I'm struck by why steaks, right? Is it a preference? Is it a way to quote unquote earn her keep or whatever at the house? Does she feel it necessary to you know provide in this way, in excessive ways? What is it, like $30 a steak? I don't know it, right? So I'm kind of drawn or curious to know about her motivations, about why these lavish shows of culinary uh meals or whatever, like yeah, sorry, that was like the same idea twice, but anyways, you get the idea, right? And so yeah, I would challenge her to think about maybe she doesn't have to have these showy, oh, wow, showy, you know showy expressions of repayment, quote unquote, because I don't think the mother is looking for that. If anything, it seems as though, oh sorry, mother poster, seems as though like she's just generous simply because she's attached to her son, right? And clearly this is a very loving mom to have extended her home, and until they settle in. So yeah, poster slash mom, definitely not the uh the asshole here. And I wish them all the best, and just sending prayers their way. All right, so next story is comes to us from about 2 months ago as well, and it's entitled, "Am I overreacting? My mom is always negative and it's starting to get to me." Huh. All right, that's relatable. Here we go. "Hi, I am a 27-year-old female. Wow. I, yeah, anyways, my mom came over today. I made sure I made us a nice meal along with some bread, little toast, and a bunch of toppings. Cleaned the whole place and made sure everything was taken care of. First thing she said is, 'Why is your hair green?' Okay. I said, 'It's black dye that's fading.' And she laughed, saying it looked horrendous. Okay, mean. I should do permanent like her. I got the Christmas tree down so we'd have something to do. She spent the whole time on her phone laughing at videos. Oh, oh no. Okay, I can see where this is going. Said She's said she going to the store. Couple typos, I'm guessing. Said she's going to the store, but she's out of butter and help me after. Okay, I put the tree up myself and fluffed it out. When she came back, she video called my sister and said she was hungry and I had to hurry up with warming up the dinner. When eating, she pointed the phone to me and complained about me apparently not eating dinner every day, and that supposedly I only eat warm food when my mom is over. She's here maybe once a month. Okay, so they don't live together, is what I'm getting. I said I always make warm dinner, and she asks if I eat a lot of snacks. I said yes, but it's never the same stuff. I'm pretty skinny, finally gained a little weight, but I didn't tell her because I'm embarrassed about the amount I weigh. Okay. Meanwhile, meanwhile, whenever she's here, she goes to the mirror and complains about her losing weight, looking old, or basically anything else. I don't know. Why does it seem like a. Anyways, uh, telling people she's my caregiver. What the hell? Okay, I've been living on my own for 8 years. Haven't spoken to her for more than half of it. Okay, so I'm a little lost. I'm guessing uh mom was talking to someone and she overheard. Anyway, wow, poster said that. Kind of bothered about her not finishing her food as I gave her way less than me. Okay. She fed a bunch of it to my pets, tried to do it secretly to no, knowing I don't want that. Yeah, no, we have a dog here, and yeah, no, we don't just feed her off the table. I get that, actually. All while still being on the phone with my sister. I got frustrated, but kept to myself. She said I don't take proper care of my plants while hers are filled with webbing and mite. No matter what I do, she's always making me feel bad. She also said I have to braid my hair again or tie it up because I look prettier. I did my makeup, hair, but no compliment. She also didn't want the dessert I got us because she was full. Wow. Sounds like mom talks in in commands here. It's literally, I guess that's literally not literary. Always something. Always. She's never just happy. Things are never okay. She doesn't make me feel like I'm enough, and I can't say anything to her because she'll storm out of the house and cry. It has happened before. All right, so mom seems a little unstable. Okay, let's keep going. Every visit, she talks about her wanting to be a grandma, knowing that with her heart defect, wow, another. Okay, that's interesting too. There's a 50-50 chance I'll die if I do. Oh, sorry, I thought mom had the heart defect. It's poster that has the defect. Okay, always mentions I went to school with or people I was I was friends with pregnant or having kids. Always mentions sorry, just a couple. I have to read that again. Always mentions people I went to school with or people I was friends with being pregnant or having kids. Oh, okay. I'd love to be a mom, but I don't want to die while trying. I have two amazing pets who I adore. Yay, pets. I do anything for. She doesn't seem to understand. Okay, more and more it seems like this posters from a very traditional Asian family, but that might be me just kind of, you know, making giant assumptions. I miss my dad who passed away because he never treated me like this. I want a mom who enjoys going out with me, one who doesn't complain or gossip all the time about everyone. Even if it happened years ago, do something fun, but we're always in my house. If I ask her, she'll say I'm sick. I'm no, I'm tired. No, my head hurts. I'm so fed up with it. I ended up finishing the tree myself. I could spend hours writing down all the ish she says to me, but I feel this post pretty much sums it up. Little edit. My mom texted me that she had a good time being over. She got a job and wants me to help me pay to get my driver's license. I told her I have the money myself when the holiday pay comes in. I don't expect her to because who knows if she gets enough money to even do so. Okay, so there's also a financial side to this. I don't know when she's coming over again, but she will visit my sister this weekend. Think I already know what will be discussed. Am I overacting for my mom being so negative towards me? Okay. No, it's kind of funny that post posters asking if she is overreacting, because it just seems like her reactions are all internal, really, and her mom um her mom doesn't have an idea that she has all of these emotions towards what mom's been saying and things like that. So really, objectively, the answer to the question is you're not really overreacting, but you are feeling a lot, and it's understandable. Because mom doesn't hit me as someone who's self aware and has a filter, or, yeah, is not self aware and has a filter and is tactless, uh, right? And seems to have some financial issues, if I read that um, correctly. Um, and I think what's interesting, I think, is that poster really does want a relationship, or a healthy relationship with her mother. And I don't know, sad to say that it might not, it might be sad to really just acknowledge that mom might not be that person, you know, that person that can be the perfect mother or ideal mother, because it just really seems like mom is also dealing with things that she's not even aware that she needs to deal with. So, yeah, I think poster just needs to realize that mom has some things that she has to work on, and she might not be what she wants from her. And really, whatever she's looking for in terms of, what is it, intimacy with, a mom figure or whatnot, she might have to look somewhere. Definitely not. Uh, I guess I think there's always a place, time, or I think she just has to shift her perspective on who mom can be in her life, right? And pray for her mom, because I think mom's the one that needs prayers, and prayers for herself to find, another alternative source of support and affirmation. And honestly, this seems like the situation where you hear mom speak and you kind of just let it come in one ear and let it go from the other ear, because really nothing is life giving about what's being said. So, yeah, there are people that you journey with closely, and who can, do all the fun things that's mentioned in the post, like, setting up a tree together, and, hanging out and whatever. And there's those people that you kind of just keep close, but you pray for them, and you're in a position to be a positive influence to them, um, and not letting them influence you, right? Because I think poster is being very influenced in a negative way, um, by mom. Um, but I think there's something to be said about mom is the one that needs influencing, right? And so, but in the positive way, not so much the negative ways that mom's been projecting, right? So, yeah, definitely not overreacting, because uh, I think she, you know what? Yeah, I think they just need to communicate. I think Poster needs to communicate with mom about, what is being said, what mom is saying, and kind of slow down mom and be real with mom, and see, and pray for mom as well. Because obviously there's a lot that hasn't been examined on her end, and that she kind of needs to learn from, but she can't learn from it if it's not brought to her attention, right? Now, that's going to be challenging, because, the challenging part of that whole thing is how to talk in a way that she will receive it, right? Because sometimes unsolicited opinion won't bear any fruit. No one's going to listen sometimes to that. So, timing and, timing and perfect timing for a conversation like that, encourage for that, to have those hard conversations, is probably what could use a lot of prayer. So, yeah, wish this poster well, and sending prayers, because, yeah, definitely needs a lot of light in this situation. All right, so yeah, I guess we'll just kill it for now, and yeah, more Reddit stories to be had and more spiritual beauty things to be posted. See you on the next one.